Hello everybody, this is Zoo, and this is the second half of the arcade set on Ms. Pac-Man for the Sega Genesis, Part 8. Ms. Pac-Man, Sega Genesis, Part 8, second half of the arcade set. Let's go. So, I won't need to keep count this time, because hopefully I'll just run the board 32. So I hope I cut it off at the right spot. Oh, that ghost taking the tunnel. Tricky. Well, forgot this is the reverse power pellet round. I know I'm on board 17 now. Reverse power pellets. That's a good start. Yep, I count it right. I cut it halfway. Oh, that's lovely. So yeah, my high score isn't really that high. Poo. So yep. I forgot 17 was the reverse power pellet round, so I did cut it off at the right spot. I know how to count. Yay, I should, considering. Yeah. I get his nanners, at least. One of his nanners. Oh, no you don't, Orange Ghost. Aha. See, I'm getting good at maneuvering the ghost. I'm learning. There, one last set of dots. Yeah. Got a ball cut in my mouth. Yeah. So yep, I don't need to keep counting anymore. Just run it to the end. Oh, did the board layout change? Yeah, the board layout changed. Hopefully I can break my high score, since I'm at exactly halfway. Try to break my high score. And it's helping that the nanners keep popping up. That's good. Build up the score even higher. There we are. Oh, no. No. Dirty ghost. Almost tricked me again. Nope. I should have just kept going down. Dang it, keep second guessing myself. There. Sneak up here and clear out these dots at these. Get out of here, dude. Give me that. I thought there was a tunnel there. Phew. I don't know why I thought there was a tunnel there. Phew. Oh well, I saved myself at least. I'm tired of seeing these same boards though. Ugh. Getting tired of these. I like the other sets better. Strange is the best. Oh, but I got it stupid. I was a stupid there. Oh well. I got 3 more credits after this one. I got leeway. Doesn't mean I want to waste them all though. I gotta play conservative. Play conservative. Come at me, bros. Broskies. I'm probably not gonna break my low 100,000 score. I'm surprised I even got 100,000 in arcade mode. Except my absolute highest on a cabinet was 250,000. I have no idea how I managed that. Even though I like arcade games, I don't do too well at most of them. I really like arcade games. For some reason, I don't do as well on most of them. I do pretty good at Daytona USA and virtual racing and outrun and stuff like that. Stuff like Ms. Pac-Man I sort of struggle with. Beat 'em up? I don't know. I do okay at beat 'em ups, I guess. Since I did get the Simpsons arcade game on PSN, I got that on PSN, I have been able to practice a technique. I like to call it the jump and kick technique. Jump and attack. You jump and attack. Oh, there's still more down there. I thought I cleared the board. Yeah, that's the technique I worked on. It kind of works, I guess. I haven't tried it on the Scott Pilgrim game yet. But it's beat 'em up. It should work. But yeah. I've beaten the on the PS3 settings, I used the Japanese ROM on expert difficulty. I used unlimited credits because that's just easier to pick. I think I beat it on 3 credits. And on the survival setting, which only gives you 1 life, I think I got to the stage 3 boss before I died. You only get 1 life on the survival mode. I think I did pretty okay. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Some guy actually beat the entirety of survival mode on just that 1 life. That's insane, dude. I wish I could do something like that. The closest I can do is I can maybe go fast in Sonic. Guess that's the best thing I can do. I do pretty good at Sonic if I say so myself. I don't want to sound arrogant. I did, on Sonic CD on PSN, I did hold a couple high spots. I think I held first place on Title Tempest Act 1 for about 3 weeks. I held that for about 3 weeks before I got booted down. The last time I checked, I was still third. I was still third, but that was a while ago. It's been a while since I checked. Both Sonic Generations and Sonic CD. Alright, screw you guys. It's been a while since I checked either of them. I've probably fallen down a lot. I have Sonic 1, I have Sonic 4, Episode 1 and 2. I haven't really did a whole lot of them yet. On Episode 2, I do got times on Sylvania Castle at least. I need to go and do both games. There. Yeah. I guess that's the closest thing I can do pretty well. Time attacks and score attacks in Sonic. I think my big 3 genres are platforming, racing, and puzzle. I do pretty awesome at puzzle games too. I can pretty much hand your butt to you in any puzzle game too. Tetris Attack, Dr. Mario, Bust a Move. I'm trying to think of others, but maybe that's it. Oh, Puyo Puyo, or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, or Kirby's Avalanche, however you know it as, and crap, I wasn't paying attention. The only puzzle game I can't really do is Columns. You know, Sega's Columns. That's the only one I can't really do too well, and that annoys me a lot. I can do every other puzzle game pretty well, except Columns, and it annoys the crap out of me. I just can't do Columns. I can do everything but Columns. I can smoke you in Tetris. I can fill your field pretty much all the way in Tetris Attack. I can fill your board with junk capsules in Dr. Mario. I can shoot off one big combo and bust a move and knock you out right there. I just can't play Columns. Same thing with Puyo Puyo. One big combo and you're done. I just can't play Columns. It annoys me. I do pretty much every other puzzle game well, except Columns. I need somebody to teach me how to play Columns. I just annoys me. I can't play Columns. Ugh. Other games I can do well at the arcades, like the racing games. I'm pretty adept at Daytona USA and Virtua Racing and Sega Rally. I can do those pretty well. Now cruising. I can play cruising. Cruising world. Yeah. You got the speed. You've got the power to cruise the world. That's sort of like the title theme song on the 64 version of Cruising World anyway. I have all 3 cruising games. The new one for the Wii doesn't count. It wasn't really a cruising game anyway. The cruising series is okay. It's not my favorite, but it's playable. I prefer Midway's other arcade racer myself, Rush. But Cruisin's okay. There's 3 main games in the arcade series. There's Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World, and Cruisin' Exotica. They pretty much got better with each game, but I still say Cruisin' World's my favorite of the bunch. Cruisin' World. Didn't really like Exotica as much. You know, most people think that one's the best one. I didn't really like Exotica as much as World. I'd rather play World over Exotica myself. Dang it, there's 2 dots there. It was alright. I'm in the classic cheating AI. It's almost impossible to win in the arcade on Cruisin'. Pretty much nearly dang impossible. It's true for most arcade games, fighting games, racing games. It's pretty much darn near impossible to beat the CPU. On racing games, you might be able to outrun the clock, but you won't be able to outrun the CPU. It's darn near impossible to beat the computer. And if somehow, if by some miracle you do it, it usually results in a free game. Well, in Cruisin', it's a free game. I never played Rush in the arcade. I've seen Rush machines. I never played a Rush game in the arcade. I have the 64 ports of all 3 games. Yeah, I prefer Rush over Cruisin'. They're both made by Midway. You know, the Mortal Kombat guys. But yeah, I really like Rush. I did a quick play of San Francisco Rush on the 64, if you want to look that up. I did the 6 standard tracks that you had at the beginning of the game. Still don't know the code for track 7. Don't know how to do that yet. The sort of like Alcatraz beta track. If I figure out how to do tracks, if I figure out how to get the track 7, I will show that probably, along with other Easter eggs I find. I did find a couple of secrets in San Francisco Rush at least. Not so much Rush 2. Actually, I prefer Rush 2 over the other ones too. Seems like the sequels are always the best ones. I can't ever it's always, you know, what is it these days? Movie sequels usually suck. Video game sequels usually do better. What's the deal with that? I'm sure you can probably name exceptions, but that's the general trend. Usually game sequels are alright. Movie sequels sort of drop the ball, like I just did there. Think about it. Trying to think. Well, Terminator, that's an exception. Terminator 2 is better. Well, I'm almost done. Yay. I'm trying to... Ghostbusters, that's an example. Of the Indiana Jones series, that's an example. I watched all 4 movies. If I had to pick an order, I'd say... I think I'd say Raiders is better. Raiders, then Crusade, then Crystal Skull, then lastly Temple of Doom. I know what you're thinking. How can you put Crystal Skull above anything? Okay, I'll explain my reasoning here. Crystal Skull was okay. You know? Granted, it's been how long since Crusade? You couldn't really expect them to recapture the spirit. I mean, Harrison Ford's ancient by now. Not an old man doing his own stunts, basically. Harrison Ford's basically ancient. But by then, I actually went and saw Crystal Skull in the theaters. I couldn't catch the other ones in the theaters. I was too young, but I saw Crystal Skull in the theaters. It was okay. It's better than Temple of Doom. It just, I don't know. It's been 4 years since I watched any of the movies, or whenever Crystal Skull came out. It's been that long since I watched any of them. Yeah, Crystal Skull felt better, felt more action-y and stuff. Then it just flowed better than Temple of Doom. And come on, the title is called Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And if you have some background information going into it, you know that Crystal Skull was an older term meaning an alien skull. So it's pretty inevitable that the movie would involve aliens at some point, you know? Crystal Skull, aliens. Yeah, if you knew that, you knew to expect aliens at some point, because it's Crystal Skull. You know, the title, it says it in the title. Read the freaking title instead of the freaking manual. That's what I say. It's in the title, jerk. So you can't say that aliens weren't supposed to be part of the series. Well, Crystal Skull is right there. But I will say, aliens do seem out of place. That was a bit weird, I will admit. But the adventure aspect was there. We still had the mystery of the Indiana Jones games. Not games, the movies. You know? But yeah, like I said, it's been a while, so I don't really remember the movies too well. But yeah, I'll have to rewatch them sometimes, along with Star Wars. It's been forever since I watched Star Wars as well. Like I saw Episode 3 in the theaters. It's too young for the other ones. So I had to rate the Star Wars movies. Of course the 4, 5, and 6 be first beat. I'd rate it 5, 4, in order from best to worst for me. Be 5, 4, 6, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, I think the second movie was the worst, myself. Here we go. At least Episode 1 had pod racing. Or maybe, I sometimes flip-flop 1 and 2. I sometimes flip-flop those. But anyways, back to the point. Yeah, some game sequels usually do better. Game sequels, good. Movie sequels, nah, so good. That's just a general trend I saw. There are exceptions, as always. But yeah, that's just a general trend I see. Hopefully I can get this level done. It's the last board. It's the final board. I gotta get it done. Yay. So if you're still around, good job. You weren't detracted by my Crystal Skull is better than Temple of Doom argument. Yay. Well, it wasn't really an argument. I'm not really much of a movie guy. So yep, I beat arcade mode. Yay. Got the balls. I got the balls. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more, I guess. But yeah. I'm not really much of a movie guy, like I said. So, excuse me if my movie knowledge is a bit lacking. I'm more of a game guy. I'm not the shy guy from Mario Party 3 that rips you off. I'm not that game guy. I'm more of a game boy. No, I'm not a system either. I'm a game person. You can't play games on me. I will catch on. Like I said, yeah, I won't talk about movies too often. Like I said, I haven't really watched a lot of movies. I watched the Indiana Jones series, the Star Wars series, Ghostbusters series, Scott Pilgrim. I watch a lot of Disney movies. Disney does some great work. The Lion King, even the Pixar stuff too. I like the Pixar, really like the Pixar stuff. Up, Brave, Paranorman. I need to go see Paranorman. Haven't saw that one yet. I need to go see that one before it goes out of theaters. How to Train Your Dragon, and the older Disney ones too. Bambi, Jungle Book, Aladdin. The older games that's how you did movie-based games. Aladdin on the Genesis, great. That one was great. I still haven't beat it yet. It is hard. It's been 10 years since I played it though. I remember it being hard. It's good, but hard. You know, that brings me to another point. I won't ramble on for too much longer. Older games are harder than newer games. Like, newer games basically hold your hand, basically, throughout the whole game. They tell you where to go, and tell you to specifically do this in this order. Older games, you had to figure things out for yourself. But the game teaches you how to play itself through the game itself. You know, I'm sure, if you watched, I'm sure you heard of Ego Raptor. I'm basically basing this off his Mega Man Classic versus Mega Man X sequelitis. Yeah, good game design basically tells you how to play the game within the first couple minutes. If you want more in depth on that, go over to Ego Raptor. I'm not going to parrot his things. But yeah, games these days are really easier overall. It's usually artificial difficulty. Well, older games have really artificial difficulty because of the cheating AI. Cheating AI! Ugh. So most games these days are I'm not saying they aren't hard. I mean, games like Dark Souls, Demon Souls are hard, genuinely hard. They require thought and planning. But most games these days are generally easier overall. Now, older games busted your balls. I mean, arcade games, like here, it is really hard to get a good score or time on these games, unless you memorized it. Even the older console games, like Super Mario, Castlevania, Outrun, I mean, console games, like Blaster Master. I mean, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Even though that game sucked, the first one, it was really hard. Yeah. Games these days are easier. You know? I think I'll shut up for now. I'm sure you probably stopped watching by now. Anyway, Eager Raptor, John Tron, Game Grumps. You'll watch them. They're funny. Anyway, see you next time.